Awakening with Brahma Kumaris.
Namaskar. You're watching Soul Connections and Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. Welcome, sister.
Thank you. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. In the last few episodes, we've been speaking about relationships, soul connections, and it was very nice to know that the meaning of attachment. Earlier, I used to think that detachment means that feeling less or
Cold.
cold,
Withdrawn.
disinterested. When we are body conscious, we have attachment. And when we are soul conscious, we are detached. And when we are detached, we can work very, very well.
There's a reason for that also. While you were saying it, I just thought of it because when you're soul conscious, you have a different perspective about everything. You are first of all detached from your own body. Detached from the body doesn't mean you're out of the body, but you have an understanding that you're not the body. I'm a soul. Now this one understanding changes everything. When I remember I'm a soul, not the body, then when I look at the child, my child, I will understand not my child, but another soul.
With a
Now-
smaller body.
Smaller, or even if the child is grown up, what happens is we are in spirituality also teaches us to shift our perspective from being a possessor to being a trustee.
Okay.
Always our vocabulary is my child, my business, my bungalow, my property. Everything is mine, 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 which gives me a thought I possess all these people and all these things. And wherever there is possession, there will always be a fear
Oh, losing it.
of losing it. And spirituality teaches us I'm a soul using this body, playing this role with all these other souls who are also actors. I've come here to use this, and then I will leave. Nothing goes with me. Nothing and no one belongs to me. I use everything and I take care of everything. Like a trustee. See the difference between a trustee and an owner. Would a trustee take care of things or no?
Sure, he will.
Or what would be the difference between a trustee taking care of property and a possessor or an owner taking care of that property?
He'll take care much better.
He'll take care
Because
much
he'll see-
better?
Yeah. He'll say, this is somebody else's property. I don't want to make a mistake. I don't mind making a mistake with my own property. So, usually when somebody says, take care of this, I'll take care of my car and I'll come back after a
If
month.
somebody leaves their children with you for 2 days,
We'll be rather more conscious there.
yeah, but they're not your children, they're someone else's children. And yet we will take a lot of care. And yet at the same time, there won't be any stress. It's not mine.
Oh, there won't be any doubt,
Fear.
fear of losing them.
Yes.
Because we've got to give them back when they come.
Yes, exactly.
They've come for holidays.
Absolutely. So if I understand that I'm a soul, I'm a trustee, then I will also understand that I'm a guest here. I am a guest here in this role, and everything that I have is with me for a certain period of time to use and then to leave. See, imagine when we go for a holiday and you take a hotel room and you're staying there. You want everything good. Everything should be perfect. Yet at the same time, the consciousness is very clear that I am a guest.
Guest.
Acceptance level is much easier. And we remember, okay, now here, tomorrow,
Leaving.
no stress at all. Whatever we get, it's gratitude for that. Yeah, I got this also, I got this. This is not there, never mind. Tomorrow, I have to go. It is a big shift in consciousness. And spirituality teaches us, be a trustee in your family.
In your own family.
In your own family.
And my own family doesn't belong to me.
They don't
I'm
actually.
just taking care of them.
That's what we thought. The children, we control them because we said, this is my child. Belongs to me. I'm here today on a journey. That soul is also on a journey. And tomorrow we both have to shift. If I could just live the entire span from taking this costume to leaving this costume as a trustee, then that's detachment.
You mean to say this costume, the body,
Yes.
and I'm a trustee of this body also?
I am trustee, no? I'm getting to use it.
That's a nice one.
I'm getting to use this body. I'm getting to be with all these people. But I'm a guest here. I don't own anything. Nothing is mine. Because tomorrow I have to leave everything.
My guru's guru wrote a beautiful poem, and one of those lines was, "Everything is for me, nothing is mine."
We learn a very beautiful thing at the Brahma Kumaris. 2 words, I and mine.
Mine.
Main or mera. So be taught, check in the whole day what is I and what all is mine.
What is I and what all is mine?
Yeah. And very important to remember that when I'm saying mine, what all is there to use and what all will go with me.
But when I think I means only the soul,
Absolutely.
and nothing else is coming.
Nothing else belongs to me.
Yeah.
And yet we can spend our entire life creating fear, anger, only because of this one thought, mine, 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 and should be in my control because it's all mine. And yet at the same time fear, what if it...
If I lose that.
Just shifting this consciousness to being a trustee in family.
If I am a trustee of this body, I will be not having a fear of death.
I will not, because I anyways know that I'm not the body.
So still you want to live.
Yes, you want to.
You want to live in this body because the other souls you are in love with,
Yes.
they are also having bodies which you are in love with.
Yes, absolutely. And yet we can spend our entire time in this body fearing death. So while we are living, how are we living?
In fear.
In fear. Fear is the predominant emotion in everyone's mind today. Fear of losing property, fear of losing people, and then fear of losing the body.
Fear of losing power, as we discussed the other
So
day.
much fear. And if there is
Position,
fear, you said, I want to be in this body so that I have loving relationships with all the souls. But if I'm in fear, then how would my relationships be? And yet when I remember I'm a soul using this body, and I have this body, I'm going to use it, and when it's time to leave, I have to leave. Anyways, by wanting, I will not be able to stop it. But if I know that I don't die, I just change the costume, the entire period while I'm using the body, I don't live in fear of death and
Maybe.
fear of losing people. I don't lose anyone because I don't own anyone.
Okay.
It's very important.
You lose only when you own.
Yeah. A trustee doesn't lose anything because it was not his. While it's there, he'll take very good care. And yet he never has fear of losing what he's taking care of.
Just like a bank manager, he's giving you
Perfect.
money
Yeah.
which belongs to you, and he's a trustee at that time.
Yeah.
And he does, when he gives you your money,
Right.
he's not he doesn't have any
And
problem.
anyways, while he's working in the bank, he doesn't have fear of all that cash that's lying inside.
Yeah, it's not his.
It's not his.
It
And
doesn't-
yet, he takes such good care of it.
Yeah.
So we can take better care if we are a trustee rather than an owner, because it will be care without fear. Care without possessiveness, and care just in the true respect of only taking care. So that care will be with stability. People think, oh, but if it's trustee, that means they won't take care. This has to be experimented with. This is detachment.
Because usually people have an old belief, we talk about wrong belief, old belief, whatever you say. You always say, only if this property belonged to him, he would have known,
Yeah.
he would have taken better care.
Not at all. And another thing which is very nice to remember while we are learning how to be detached in our relationships, to be able to let go of our way of thinking, let go of our opinion.
But isn't this also letting go of our thinking that a certain thing belongs to me?
This is letting go of that
No,
thought.
but the fact is nothing belongs to me.
It is.
So finally it's a fact.
It is. It
So-
is. So I
So
have
it's
to let go of
misconception,
this
it's the
thought.
wrong idea.
Yes. And that's why there's so much fear.
So it's a myth we create and also are
See,
creating fear.
we create a thought, this belongs to me, and yet at the same time, we know that we are going to lose it, but because we've created a fear, this belongs to me, we live our life in fear of losing it.
But in any case, everybody knows that he's going to die.
Everyone knows. Does anyone ever remember?
No, they don't remember.
And once you're going to die, what are we going to carry with us?
Our thoughts, mind,
And do we take care of that, what we're going to carry?
no.
Then the one thing which is going to go with me, the only thing which is going to go with me and which is going to carry forward in all my costumes, I'm not taking care of that. So that is only because I'm attached here and I thought this is who I am, this relationship, this position, this body, and I forgot who I am. So I forgot where I was a trustee and where I am the owner.
And I'll keep on doing the same mistake in every birth of mine
Yeah.
and get attached to that temporary abode,
Right.
temporary relatives,
Absolutely.
temporary body,
Right.
and temporary things again,
Create the pain all over again.
and again take birth, again have a new costume,
Absolutely.
and have new relationships.
Because that's why we have to break the cycle somewhere.
Now,
If we don't break it, it can just go on. And so saying to ourselves, I don't have time for this, is actually cheating ourselves and our relationships.
time for what?
You know, when somebody tells someone, why don't you practice a little meditation daily? Attend a spiritual session every day. Oh, we don't have time. That's because I'm saying to myself, I don't want to take up the responsibility of changing this pattern. This pattern is going to go on and on and on the way it is.
Scared to get out of the comfort zone,
Not ready to take responsibility.
or not ready to face the fact.
Not ready to work on ourselves. Ready to blame people, but not ready to do anything about it ourselves. Another very beautiful thing that we can do, which helps us to remain detached, is to be able to let go of our opinion. You know, very often our ideas are something we are very attached to. It becomes, I've been seeing on the process of detachment, it's easy to detach from people. It's even easy to detach from your own body. But it becomes a little tough. It's because it's a little deeper stage, is when we're attached to our own way of thinking, our
You
own
mean to
belief
say-
systems and our ideas.
You mean to say thinking, belief system, and ideas are sanskars?
It's my particular, it's like suppose I'm having a conversation with you and you have something else to say and I have a different thing to say, a different perspective on the same point, or it's a different opinion on the same thing that we're discussing. We can go on and on discussing. In fact, it can go on to becoming an argument because both of us are only attached to our own idea. It's very deep attachment. My way of thinking is right.
My belief.
My belief system is right. We need to practice this in our relationships because attachment to our own ideas also can create conflict in a relationship. On the smallest of things, two people will have a different way of thinking. And if they're not ready to detach from their idea, see, detachment from my idea doesn't mean that my idea is wrong. I'm not going to say every time, okay, you're right and I'm wrong. No, then I will be, not be fair to myself because I cannot keep saying I'm wrong to myself. But detachment just means we need to practice this in a conversation where things are not going in the right direction. Let's just have the power to say to the other person, I do not agree with you, but I understand that you're absolutely right.
I do not agree with you, but I understand that you're absolutely right.
Yeah, you are right. Your opinion that you're sharing, I absolutely understand it. When I get into your mind, I absolutely understand that you're right in what you're saying.
But I don't agree with you.
My mind says something else. Yes, it's possible. Because just by it, is it not possible?
That's also not agreeing or not understanding.
No, not at all.
How can you disagree when you understand?
See, it's like if you say one particular thing to me and I have a different opinion on it, we go on arguing only because we're trying to convince the other person.
So we
Each
agree
one,
to disagree?
yeah, we agree to disagree, because otherwise it's a lot of conflict when we're trying to convince the other person, because we think the conversation will only end
If one party wins.
if two people come back to one point. It need not happen like that. It's not necessary. We don't have to always come to a consensus on one point, both have to agree. In fact, most of the times, it's not going to agree. But we'll end up disrespecting each other.
So this is respect, by saying, okay, I understand what you say, but I have a different idea.
Let's say, for example, you say to me, but they did this and they did this. I don't think they should have done like this. This should have been the way of they doing the work that they did. According to me, because I can see it from their perspective, I think it was okay what they did. But the more I say to you, I think it was okay what they did,
You're taking his side.
and you're going to say, no, you are not understanding what I'm saying. You don't understand. It was wrong. It was. They shouldn't have done this. But if I also see it from your point of view, from your way of thinking, your sanskar, and I can see that for you it was not right. So instead of argument, instead of trying to convince that no, they were right, we have to understand, I absolutely agree with what you're saying. But you know what? They were also right. But you are absolutely right in feeling what you are feeling.
They were also right from their point of view.
It's not, the problem is that we don't have to always agree on everything. This is very important in a relationship. Otherwise, there is always this constant battle going on. Arguments are only because of this reason. Because there is constant, even on the smallest of things, people can argue. Only because one person should agree. And that becomes a stimulant for happiness. Because if you agree to what I'm saying, that means I'm more powerful. And I'm happy because I'm right and you've been proved wrong.
This is a discussion is okay, sister. Supposing I feel that my son should go to a boarding school and my wife says no. Now, she cannot say that I do not agree, but okay, you are right, send him.
Yeah.
When she doesn't agree,
See,
she has this is an important thing. It's the question of my child's life.
Absolutely.
And how will both of them start fighting then?
So, okay, what would be the solution? Go on fighting?
One says no, one says yes.
One says no, one says yes.
And now, which party should say yes then?
Finally, one person will have to say that there's no point arguing about it. I leave the decision to you, but my opinion, my stand still remains he should not go. Go ahead and take the decision. You know, when you do this, what happens?
The other person becomes a
Yes.
little weaker.
It's not weaker. It's
or
not
he
weaker.
becomes a little detached from his own
He
idea.
becomes detached from his own idea because one person was ready to let go. When two people are attached,
Resistances.
energy has to change. Our Dadiji of the Brahma Kumaris, when they have the meetings, there's a core group and they have meetings, and Dadiji, who's the administrative head, she will listen to everyone, and sometimes she will have an absolutely different opinion, but she will not go into that cycle of waste thoughts internally. She will not go into convincing them. She will definitely not get into an argument with anyone. So she will listen to everyone, but her stage will be of stability. She's not trying to prove anyone wrong. She's not creating any wrong thoughts for them. Why aren't they understanding? Why aren't they listening? This is not how it should be. No, nothing. She's stable. She will listen to everyone, and at the end of it she will say, but my opinion is that this is how it should be, but finally I leave you all to take the decision. This is a leadership quality. Not to resist, not to reject.
But give your opinion.
Accept, but not to give in also. Not to give in. Confident. So give your opinion with the right energy is important. When you accept the other person and let go of your position, the other person is also ready to let go, and then two detached people will study the same situation. That makes all the difference.
It's nice because we've been discussing about father and child, parents and teacher and student, and all this, so many relationships. I think what you said, it works in every relationship now.
Actually, in any situation, if there's one person who's detached, they will find the right solution for that situation. Attachment doesn't give right decisions. It's like, we call it the detached view. You know, it's like if you're in the scene of an accident. You know, sometimes there's a sudden accident and there are a few people there. And if you try and ask them, whose fault was it? They wouldn't know, because they are in the scene of the accident. But if someone is
Outside.
slightly like this, you know, you call it the bird's eye view. Just look at the situation like this, you'll be able to see it completely. Like what you said, the decision of sending to the boarding school. If you're here, you're attached, you can only see your point of view. But if you're detached, you'll be able to see your point of view, your wife's point of view, your child's point of view, his future, lot of things. The emotional effect on the child if he goes to a boarding school. Is he ready? So many things to take care of, rather than only saying, but I think he going to the boarding school is right. There was this couple who came to meet us, and their daughter was into a relationship with a boy of another caste. And she was very, very keen on that relationship, but the parents wouldn't agree. And when they came to talk to us, and I said, at least just meet the boy. You know, because the daughter was really going into a depression now after 3 years. And yet at the same time, the daughter said that I will not do anything against my parents' wishes. So she was very clear about that. So as the parents were sitting, they just went on saying, but we know that this is right. We know this is good for her. I said, just meet the boy once, meet him, and then tell her that, you know, this is what you feel. We don't even need to meet. We know this is right for her. They cannot see that the girl is going into a depression. They cannot see that the girl is feeling rejected, that my parents do not even respect my choice enough to meet once. They can't see it. They can only see their idea of being right and saying, we know what is right for our child. And finally they just walked out saying, we don't think you should interfere. We know what's right for the child. Today it's been 2 years more and she's not married yet. And her state of mind is really getting worse. And it's not that they have to agree to what she's saying. That's not the point. But there's a way you meet the person, understand, respect your daughter, respect her opinion, share. But you can't do all this when you're so attached to your idea of being right. You just won't move from there.
To your idea and to your child.
At such times, it's very, very important, otherwise, to take the advice or to get into the picture one person who's absolutely detached from the situation. That person who's detached will be able to show you a detached perspective. You know, even if you can't see a detached perspective, get someone to show you the detached perspective. You'll be able to understand that it's right. But the detached perspective gives the right solution.
Let's have a short meditation on detachment.
Sure. Sit back and look at all those relationships and situations where the mind is entangled. Still looking for answers, unable to take decisions. Differences of opinion, conflicting energy. Let me just step back from this scene. Detached from my idea of right. Ready to let go. Ready to understand. as an audience, seeing the role of every actor and their opinions and ideas. And as I let go of my idea, I'm able to see theirs in another perspective. As I let go, I give up my ego and attachment. I'm able to understand them. No rejection and no resistance. Understanding and compassion. Giving my suggestion, but open to the ideas of everyone around me. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Whether it is our body, relationships, or property, let us try a new consciousness. Instead of ownership, let us be a trustee. A trustee takes care of everything but does not fear the loss of anything. A trustee will take better care because it is care without fear, possessiveness, and control. A care with detachment, and so efficiency increases. A consciousness of trusteeship makes it easier to let go. It is with the understanding that nothing belongs to us. Everything comes for use and everyone comes to be with us. But nothing and no one is permanent. When I, the soul, leave the body, the only thing that goes with me are my sanskars, created on the basis of my thoughts and karmas. My sanskars belong to me. Everything else is only to be taken care of. In order to respect each other, we need to detach from our ideas and opinions. We may not agree with the other person, but yet accept that they are right. When we detach from our idea and then have a discussion, we are able to see the complete picture and are able to come to the right solution. If you wish to discuss your problem or have a question to ask or want to know your nearest Rajyoga Meditation Center, call us on 099 99 744 555.
Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. Ye Dwani Mangal Dwani hai. Om Shanti Om. This sound is a sacred sound. Om Shanti.